Time's come to finally fix one thing that's been annoying me for a long time. It's the way these indicators don't auto cancel the same right as they do left. And it's because this piece is broken, which I'll show you how to get to it, but this is the auto cancelling bit, and you see this is all in one piece. None of the plastic clips are damaged. This thing enables it to move slightly, but it doesn't have the broken clips on it, so that's what enables this thing to work. So what I'm going to do is get to it. First of all, I'm just going to take out these little Allen heads, remove that, take the steering wheel off, and then we'll get to undoing the actual boss so we can get to this piece which is broken. So I've got the 4mm Allen heads to undo. These are actually titanium, and they're anodized in gold, and it just enables you to not have the issue of rounding them off, because they're incredibly hard, so you won't damage the head of them. Undone the 6 bolts, that plate on top comes out, the horn's ready to come out, and you can see I just need to undo this little clip for the electrical connection for the horn, and then can just remove this. That's the steering wheel off. This is just the middle one of those to take out with the connection, so put that to one side now. If I didn't have any power tools, I could just place this steering wheel back on there, and then just hold the steering wheel and then just undo that. You obviously don't want to just try and use the steering lock to undo that, because you'll probably smash the steering lock. You actually need to use the steering wheel to hold on to it, undo it. But I'm lucky enough to have the impact, so set it to the highest level, come in here, 19mm, and that's off there like that with no drama. Then what you can do is just place it on a few threads. This one's coming off nice and easy. If it doesn't come off nice and easy, put it on a few threads, put the steering wheel back on a few bolts, at least 3 probably, and you can just yank the whole thing off. But the reason why you leave the nut in, you don't want to yank it off and it hit you in the face. So word to the wise for that one. That's off there like that. You can just leave the nut just in here for now. And now we get to the bit that's broken. So if I show you this, do you see how this is all knackered? So it's got a lot of movement there, so it won't be cancelling as you think it's going to cancel and stuff. It's all broken, clips and stuff around the side, so we get rid of that. And this is about the point where I should really thank the guy who sent it to me. It was a guy called Nicky Boy Dingle in the UK. He's on Facebook Messenger, but he's not actually on Facebook. So this is the broken one. You can see the broken clips and stuff. This ring sits in here like that, and this thing goes on top like so, yeah, like that. And you can see here it doesn't move smoothly. It's you know, it can waggle a lot. This one here that's not broken, so it can only move like this and like this. It obviously rotates around the middle of it, so it can cancel and not, and this one just does whatever the hell it wants. So you can see that was never really going to work that well, and cause lots of issues. So get rid of that one, place this one in here like so. That should be nice, and then I can just place this on here. Another thing, reason why it probably wasn't working, come to think of it, is that you see here, these bits are kind of hammered down, pressed flat, so it's probably been incorrectly installed previously, and that's probably smashed the whole thing to pieces anyway. But you see how those things are quite hammered down, and this one, they're kind of up. And the reason why they need to be up is because they need to fit into this slot, and so this goes here and it drives in here like that, and this groove here, that's what these metal tabs are doing. So there's something going on here anyway that possibly it wasn't installed the best at some time in its life, but that thing was never really going to grip onto here like this. It was kind of not really gripping, so it could have been installed like that or something like that, but either way this thing's knackered now. So I'll just place this in here like that. Goes in there. This thing has got a top mark there. The thing I'm really concerned about is that I make sure that this is lined up in the correct way. So if that's top like that, you can see this actually wants to be installed you can hear it. So it wants to be, let's have a look. So this wants to be installed with the top lining up like that. So if I leave that like that, rotate it over, so this groove thing here means this wants to be rotated like that, and that should give me a good position. So if I just do that again, place this in here, and that should be moving. It's going to be hard to see, but you should be able to feel that that's going to drive in there. Another way of guaranteeing this actually would also be pulling this thing off here, placing it in here, and then just placing the whole thing on an assembly. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull this off here, place it on there, and just mount the whole thing as one. You can see here, that's on that side, this is on the other, so that's all going together as one. And if I just mount this up as one thing with two hands and just make sure they stay engaged. Sorry I'm labouring this a bit, but you see there, that's engaged like that, and then this top arrow is there, and you want the top where my thumb is to be facing up. Now we're going back on with the 19 on that. Just thread that up nicely by hand, and then we'll use the impact just to tighten that up. Okay, that's on there and happy. Then we'll just get this ring that goes on here, place that on, and it should be one orientation where it lines up. There we go, that's it. Then just pass this through here, place the horn button on there, and then start to thread up the bolts, but make sure you don't forget that ring that goes on as well. So to thread it up, this is the setup. I've got two just in there roughly, and then I can just go ahead and place that on there, and just, you can see how this backing ring is not stopping where the bolts are trying to go through. So just lightly threaded two of them in. You can see it's not tight yet, and this is the point where you can just adjust the position of the horn, just make sure it's central. Not really important, but you may as well. Okay, that's the whole thing. Now the only way to test it really is to drive it, or at least jack it up and see if it auto corrects, or auto cancels I should say. Right, let's just try this. Take the steering wheel lock off first. Indicating right, start to turn right, go back the other way, comes off, indicating left, start to go left, auto corrects. So auto cancels, it doesn't auto correct anything. Anyway, you can see that's how to fix it. This is why it wasn't working. Like I say, this thing had been smashed down and broken, and very simple fix, but it makes the car a lot nicer to drive. It stops you going down the road with your indicators on, and there we go.